Welcome to Rootstem Gaming. We're just going to have a look, just like a look back at the Space Marine Codex, as it's nearly a year old now, as of July, because it got released in July 2017. It's not a review of the Codex, it's just having a look at it after every other Codex has come out to see whether or not the Codex itself is actually, to basically just to see whether or not it's worth it, or see whether or not it's worth getting a revamp or possibly an update on its year's birthday. I've got Craig Mills with me as well, as we can tell from the other videos. He's going to try and limit his swearing as best as he possibly can.
Better slap on wrist.
But it's quite hard for him to do. Mainly I'm doing a video because of what your actual comments regarding the Space Marine Codex, because what is it you're saying, that the Codex it's all right, but it's not.
There's nothing wrong with Codex. Data sheets are fine, the units are fine. Don't get me wrong, I miss the extra attack.
When you charge it?
Not just for charging, Marines in general.
Should have 2 attacks basically, really.
You charged in with a tactical squad, it was like, right, I get 1 attack on profile, plus 1 for weapons.
Yeah.
You didn't even need to charge, you still had 2. It's a Marine. That extra attack in combat benefits loads.
That was mainly for Heresy though, I think, wasn't it though? I don't think you got it for 40k in the 7th edition. I don't think you really got it for 40k, but
can't remember. Slept since then.
Yeah.
I'm on 8th edition now. 8th edition in Heresy. But yeah, even Heresy gets 2. You can give them an extra combat weapon.
Yeah.
To give them an extra attack. Can't do that in here.
No.
They made that option available. 1 point, 2 points, whatever. You can give them a combat knife. Gives them an extra attack in combat. You still don't get one for charging.
No.
But when you've got a 5-man tactical squad that gets charged by, 8 guardsmen, because as a last ditch effort that they can't do anything with, they're going to charge them. Those extra few attacks are going to help.
Yeah, that's true. And it does sort of like limit the tactical Marines. I do think tactical Marines they're not the greatest.
No, tactical Marines should have been, they're supposed to be the backbone of a Space Marine army.
So tactical, like we said with tactical Marines, they used to be a good unit, but
yeah, they're supposed to be the most versatile unit in Space Marine Codex.
But we seem to be very rubbish at everything.
Yeah, this unit has the ability to have a heavy weapon, special weapon, split itself into combat squads.
Yeah.
It's got a sergeant that can pack some decent close combat weapons.
Yeah.
But in terms of attacks, they're no good. Even the leadership. Without a sergeant, leadership 7.
Yeah, so as soon as they take a couple of casualties.
A fucking guardsman's got 7.
He's got 7 when he's got the sergeant with him, with guard.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's, Space Marines used to be 8.
Yeah, they did. They used to be
9 with sergeant.
Yeah, pretty much.
Chaos Marines were 10.
Yeah,
because they didn't have they shall know no fear.
Yeah, that was fitting as well. I mean, they shall know no fear is just a reroll.
Yeah.
But yeah, that can be quite powerful, but only when you've got a high leadership. If you suffer a lot of casualties, you still...
The reroll is... I prefer it being a reroll rather than, just pass. I prefer it being a reroll, because there is still a chance that Marines would run away.
Yeah.
But, you suffer... You've got a 10-man squad. You suffer 6 casualties, maybe more. You've got 2 men left.
Mm.
That reroll ain't really going to help you.
No, it's not.
Which, it shouldn't help you, but you should still have a higher leadership.
And yeah, I do think it should be at least a leadership of 9. But then I suppose 5-man units would become too powerful then, because you'd never be able to break the damn things.
No, but that's the same with a lot of stuff. How are you going to break Necrons? Leadership 10, everything, leadership 10.
Yeah, they are. Yes, it is a bit weak.
So,
and like you saying the other day at the club, actually when we were recording that game, you mentioned that you'd much rather have scouts.
Yeah. Why would you not? Scouts can pack an heavy weapon.
Yeah.
You've got same to hit, same toughness, same. The only thing that's different on a scout is they're slightly cheaper.
Yeah.
I think it's 2 or 3 points cheaper per Marine.
Yeah.
And they've got a worse save, but you can give them camo cloaks, and they can deploy after deployment.
Yeah, pretty much 9 inch away from enemy's deployment zone.
outside the deployment zone.
Got
And
snipers
they
as
count
well.
as troops.
And even the shotgun, the scout shot, that Space Marine combat shotgun,
Yeah.
which at half range is strength 5.
Yeah.
And it's a lot better than it ends up being better than the bolter.
Scouts are one of those where they're either better at long range or better at short range. Tactical Marines should be versatile, and for me, they're not.
No.
They're
No,
not.
we're not.
The only
I'd much
benefit,
rather a unit of intercessors.
well, anybody would. -1 as a standard.
Yeah, for the bolt rifle.
Longer range, 2 wounds,
2 attacks.
2 attacks. Better leadership.
I think it's the same. I think
But
leadership's same. But because it's 2 wounds, it's harder to bring the squad down.
you're then looking at, rather than 70 points, you're looking at 100 points base.
Yeah.
And that's no upgrades on your sergeant.
No.
That's just normal bolt rifle.
Yeah. I think it's like 100 points in it for 5 guys.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But then
So-
you want to put a power weapon on him, that's probably going to be 10, 15 points.
Yeah. But why would you?
Why would you not?
I
Free
I
attacks.
think you've got to get rid of his bolt rifle to give him a power weapon. though.
Screw that, give me a bolt pistol. Bolt pistol still gets -1.
No, bolt pistols don't because it's a standard bolt pistol. It's only the ones on the Reavers.
Is it?
Yeah, that get the -1.
Either way, he's still got 3 attacks with a power weapon.
Yeah.
Rather than 2 attacks with a normal tactical marine sergeant.
It's same with assault marines. Assault marines.
Assault
have got-
marines are piss poor.
Yeah, they've got a jump ability and the fly keyword. Well, that's about it. They've got
They're all armed with
chainsaws.
chainsaws, so they effectively get 2 attacks.
Yeah, but we should have more. We should have 2 attacks on base profile.
Yeah.
Banshees, I think, get 2 attacks on base profile.
Banshees are just dirty, though, aren't they?
But what I'm saying is they're a dedicated close combat unit, so therefore their attacks are greater.
For me, there is only one dedicated close combat unit in the Space Marine Army, and then they're not that great, and that's close combat Terminators.
Yeah,
Or close combat veterans.
yeah, because again, even with close combat veterans, you're better off with Reavers.
They've still only got 2 attacks.
Yeah,
They've got better weapons, but they've still only got 2 attacks. There's no
unless you've got a
bonuses.
chainsword in there, which gives them 3, but then it's like, what's the point of giving them a power sword then?
Yeah.
Because you're only getting a couple of attacks.
The only bet, because, there's lightning claws that you get to re-roll to wound, which is alright, but you used to get an additional attack by wielding a pair.
Yes, you did.
Now you don't.
No. I don't know actually, I think maybe you do. I think actually with lightning claws, I think if you've got 2 of them, you still get the extra.
I didn't think you did.
But even with shred, it's
going to become expensive to arm everybody with pairs of lightning claws.
yeah, it is. It is expensive. It's like that's why I prefer Reavers, because Reavers have got 2 attacks and then they've got additional close combat ones. They've got 3 attacks basic, and the sergeant's got 4.
For a close combat marine army, the Codex is struggling.
Yeah, if you arm with 2 lightning claws, each time it fights, you can make 1 additional attack with them.
Right, man's sake.
So
But
yeah, fuck it.
as a close combat marine army,
Yeah,
you're struggling.
yeah, you are.
You are really struggling.
You can't. There's no point having a close combat marine
No.
army.
It's like if you play Marines in 8th edition, you need to shoot.
Yeah, you do.
You,
It's like what his friend Gilly does. When he sits there with his Imperial Fist, he just has a block. He has about 2 Devastator squads,
that is
3 tactical squads, a captain and lieutenant.
yeah,
I think he upgrades the captain to a chapter master.
he makes a massive bubble, and that bubble is very hard to break.
Yeah.
Very hard to break.
He sits them all in cover for 2+ save.
Yeah, 2+ save. They ignore cover. It then gives
Yeah,
them
because he
additional minus.
uses Imperial Fist, doesn't he? So
Yeah, then gives them additional minus.
yeah,
Gives them all. It puts lieutenants in there and chapter master, so they're all re-rolling 1s to hit and
Yeah.
1s to wound and 1s to wound. So that bubble is very hard to break, especially when he's got 2, maybe 3 heavy weapon teams in there. Or
Yeah.
slash hellblasters.
oh yeah, because he sometimes sticks intercessors in there as well, doesn't he? And
Yeah.
Hellblasters.
And they are incredibly hard to break.
Yeah,
When he makes the bubble in the corner like he does,
yeah,
there's no deep striking on side and trying to get in that way, 'cause the unit's just dead before it gets there.
Yeah,
and if you do eventually make it in, you might have one good turn, shutting a unit down, but then it's just going to fall back and open fire on it with another 2 or 3 and get rid of it.
Yeah, you can't assault it either, can you? Because as soon as you've done, it's trying to get through all that Overwatch.
Yeah.
With the rerolls to hit and everything else, it's quite a hard chunk. So I mean, we've gone from saying tacticals are rubbish, but Gilly's kind of found a way of using them, but only as a bubble, as a shooting bubble.
It's not that; it is a gun line.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't have any.
It is a gun line, and when you've got that many shots coming at you, it's like, well, it's worse. It's worse than fighting a Tau gun line.
Yeah.
Tau's got range and strength, but they don't ignore cover.
Unless you've got X amount of marker lights, which is only going to be on one unit.
Well, it depends on many what marker lights you pack into.
Yeah.
But
again, you're going to have to rely on another unit to give you that benefit. Whereas Crimson Fists, it's like Imperial Fist, just get it standard.
It's like, oh, I'm just going to take the cover off you. Right, nice one. Fantastic. Good game, cheers pal. Thanks very much.
Yeah.
And then when you're coming up against Nids who need that cover to even have a chance, well, it's just pointless.
Yeah. Yeah, because you can't even assault that gun line properly, can you?
No. And I know it's a Space Marine one, Space Marine like discussion, but you know, I love Nids, they're great, but I can deal with the ignore cover on Nids. I can deal with that. But with the new, is it beta rules for deployment, for reserves?
Yeah, the new beta rules for reserves, something like you come down, deep strike on turn 1.
That rule has crippled my army, somewhat rotten.
And how you play it as well. Yeah, that's...
I don't know if everybody else plays it that way, but that one rule has crippled me something bad.
Yeah.
You know, with how I play for close combat, you know, re-roll it, Behemoth for re-rolling charges, Adrenal Glands for an extra inch at charging. Everything is built for combat, and they've all got assault weapons, apart from the odd unit that might have a heavy.
Yeah.
But that one rule for reserves, stripping me away and me being able to put units down, as like a speed bump to deal with turn 1, has really hurt.
Yeah, it does.
And that's similar to these. For me, they have no... You can set up your gun line, you can have your support units, fine. You've got no decent units to go, right, I'm going to drop this squad in a drop pod. I'm going to drop these in by graph shoot.
Yeah, because the Primaris ones can't go in drop pods.
No. The only ones you can deep strike is the Reavers.
Yeah, which were grab shoots. And I mean, I played them against your Tyranids and they didn't really do much, did they?
Well, they took some wounds off at Broodlord, but
I mean, got murdered.
Broodlord on a 6 is packing -6. That's highest negative modifier in game.
Yeah.
It's better than a Warlord Titan.
Yeah. Yeah, and it does it's a straight 3 damage as well.
On a roll of 6, it's straight 3 -6, and his normal modifier is -3 and D3 damage.
Yeah.
Which is great. He is awesome at killing Primaris Space Marines.
Yes, he is, yeah.
But you came down, you put a few wounds on him, and luckily I charged you.
Yeah.
And I managed to get rid of 3 of them before you could hit me back.
Yeah.
Because the save isn't that great.
No, it's 4 + 5 + vulnerable, isn't it?
But even then, the Marines weren't fantastic. Alright, you use them Marines and you change the Broodlord to say it's a 15-man guard unit.
Yeah.
You're going to get Overwatch. You're probably not... if you get lucky, you might... Well, if guard get lucky, you might suffer 1 wound.
Yeah.
You're going to charge in with 2 attacks.
Yeah.
Needing 3s and 3s. And then guard get a save.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
So you're probably going to be looking at, roughly, you might kill 2, maybe 3 guardsmen. For a Space Marine unit. A combat Space Marine unit, and Primaris one at that, has killed 3 guardsmen.
Yeah.
You know, the pinnacle of the Imperium has killed 3 guardsmen. 5 has killed 3 guardsmen.
Yeah,
these are ones that they turn around in games and say, oh yeah, the weight balance is out. For every Marine, you should have like 100 guardsmen. Oh, great. That means they should.
In the law, yeah.
They should wade through units then. They should wade through. They've killed less than half.
Yeah, in the bump, as it were, for the Space Marines. I suppose they won't be able to sell. Won't be able to make so much money then, would they?
Well, no, but the point is, combat-wise, Space Marines are lacking.
Very much
Me
so.
personally, Space Marines are
Yeah,
lacking.
even with Space Marine assault units, it's just
when you've got stuff like you said, when you've got banshees.
Yeah.
You know, I know things like hive tyrants are different, but because they've got high strength and high negative modifiers, but they can walk into a unit and they can do damage.
Yeah.
They can really hurt. A close combat Marine unit can't.
No.
Even captains. I mean, look at my captain the other day. I used him as bait.
Yeah.
And it worked. It took 3 rockets off your Manticore, and then he tied it up for the rest of the battle. Fair enough, it couldn't do anything anyway.
Yeah.
But I used him as bait.
Yeah. And he's not even that cracking in combat, I suppose. I mean, it's only 4 attacks on some of the characters.
He's got 4 attacks, and he had a thunder hammer.
Yeah.
So it were a straight 3 damage and a -3. Which was pretty good. But with 4 attacks on, you know, your second highest commander, that's alright, but unless you're going to get 4 hits, 4 wounds, and fail those saves, you aren't going to kill someone.
No, you're not.
You might kill a captain, and that's providing that they fail their save, and you wound and hit. They're not.
Yeah.
I agree with -1 to hit on what used to be like cumbersome weapons.
Yeah.
I think that's good because rather than it being the initiative, it is cumbersome, it's slower, harder to hit.
Harder to punch somebody in the face with.
So I can agree with that. The wounding, no problem with wounding, but the fact that we played a heresy game 2 weeks before.
Yeah, I think yeah.
And you rocked up with your Praetor, and it was like, right, how many attacks has he got? 4? He went, no. He's got 4 on profile, +1 for weapons, +1 for charging, +1 for digital lasers. All of a sudden you're packing 7 attacks.
Yeah.
With a sword that would effectively, in 8th edition, be -3 and cause 2 damage.
Yeah.
My what did I have? I had a console.
Yeah,
It might as well have just laid down and died. it couldn't stand a chance.
No, especially with weapon skill of being old school version, weapon skill 6, meant that a lot of the time he's going to need 3s to hit a lot of units. Don't get me wrong, I suppose the balance there is, fine, we've only got 4 attacks, but we're always hitting on 2s now.
Yeah.
Rerolling 1s, so your averages should be the same. But
should be.
It doesn't feel that way. Especially when you're playing the game, it doesn't feel that way. I mean, even with the Codex being as it is, there's no stratagems either to help you out.
There's the only stratagem that's available for combat, for me, is if you die in combat, you get to fight again.
That character,
Yeah.
The character one, which is just on the character.
You look at stratagems for, like the guard one you played, overlapping fields of fire.
Oh yeah, Cadian one. Yeah.
When you take a wound off, and then you can play that.
Yeah.
It will like Marines have nothing like that.
Yeah, I mean, I once played Grange, and he hit the knight, and he wounded the knight. And then he played overlapping fields of fire, and everything else shot the knight.
Yeah.
And it was like, rather than hitting on the usual guard stuff of 4s, they were hitting on 3s.
Yeah.
Or his veterans were hitting on 2s, and they were just.
Don't get me wrong, it wouldn't have made a difference anyway. That Taurus vehicle hit on, you rolled 2 4s, or I think it was 4 and a 5.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't have made no difference anyway. But the fact that stratagem is available, and it can be very powerful because it affects the rest of the army.
Yeah.
Not just, it's going to affect this unit.
Yeah, because a lot of them are very specific to certain units, like one of them's for whirlwinds if you've got a land speeder in there.
Yeah.
Like the old formations seem to be made into stratagems.
Yeah.
But.
And it's like, well, one, what if you don't have them units?
Yeah.
You've lost out on anti-stratagems. What about standard stratagems? Let's have a look at them. Right. So you can fire heavy bolters and they do D3 mortal wounds. Oh, that's great. But I'm not packing a full squad of heavy bolters.
Yeah, and it's only one as well. It's only one heavy bolter can fire a Hellfire shell.
You know, you've got the you can use is it relics at chapter where you can take more.
Yeah.
For an extra command point, you can take one.
Yeah,
for an extra two.
It's 3 command points for an extra 2.
Yeah.
You can take up to 3.
Let's have a look at relics then. Right, let's have a look. I ain't got a chainsaw, so we'll scratch that one off.
Yeah.
I ain't got a banner, so we'll scratch that one off.
Yeah.
The character's not got a storm shield, so we can scratch that one off. I ain't got a psyker, so I can scratch that one off. The relics are...
Yeah, the White Scars one as well. The White Scars particular one for psychers. I don't get that.
No.
I don't understand that. I don't understand why the White Scar specific stratagem, relic, is based on psychers.
Some of the specific ones are alright. Like
the Crimson Fist one.
Yeah, the Crimson Fist one.
Where it's straight 3 damage power fist that doesn't have any negative modifiers.
Yeah.
To hit, that's really good. But
that's good. It relates to the army itself. You can link it together.
Yeah.
A psycho with White Scars, I've no idea where they get that from.
No, I am.
But the standard relics in themselves, what every chapter can take.
Yeah.
They're only if you have a bannerman. It's like bannermen are alright if you've got a bubble.
Yeah,
you have a bubble like what
Gilly does. Yeah.
You stick a bannerman in there, and everybody in 6 inch you can roll on a 4+ or 5+, whatever banner you've got. That person ignores that wound, stays alive.
I think we get to shoot.
Does it shoot again?
Shoot or fight 1 attack in close combat.
Well,
so if he's got his Devastator squad near him, it's like, well, I'll take out a last cannon, well, I can shoot with it before he dies.
Yeah.
So it ends up being...
It just makes him a bit better. When you're playing a combat army, like what I like, those banners don't help.
No.
It's
so since you can't give him like a jump pack or anything else to actually get up into combat, they're very, very situational.
Yeah. And it's like, well, take a chainsword. Why would I take a chainsword when I can have a power weapon that's -3? Yeah, I don't get an extra attack, but I've got a -3.
Yeah.
Why would I take a chainsword over that? Yeah. Or a relic blade on captains.
Yeah, because relic blades are quite handy actually on the captains.
It's like, right, storm shield, brilliant. Why would I give a character a storm shield?
When I've got a 4+ invulnerable save anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if
you've got to pay the points for the storm shield, and then you're going to replace the storm shield with the relic.
Yeah, so you kind of like wasting points on a storm shield because you've already got an invulnerable save.
Yeah, especially when you can take the only good decent one is the Indomitus armor, where it gives your character a 2+ save, and then for 1 turn you can activate its force field and give them a 3+ invulnerable save.
Yeah. And you ain't got to buy anything in particular or specific. It's just anybody with armour in it.
No changes to armour. You just buy that. You just take that relic.
Yeah.
Other than that one, the standard relics are rubbish.
Yeah, very
bolt
so.
gun. The bolt. There's the. I'm sure there's a rapid fire bolt gun.
Yeah.
A bit like Mastercrafted, but rather than Mastercrafted being 2 and no modifier, I think that one's -1.
It might be. I think I'll have a quick gander.
But even that one, who is going to pack a character with a bolt gun and no combat weapon?
Yeah.
Everybody who has.
Primarch's Wrath. Bolt gun on Mastercraft, bolt gun only. Primarch's Wrath replaces it.
So it's strength 5. It's like a heavy bolter that does 2 damage.
Yeah, it's like a stone bolter that does 2. Yeah, profile wise, it's like an heavy bolter that does 2 damage.
But you name me one person or one character that you would run round with a bolt gun and no combat weapon.
Yeah.
You wouldn't. You wouldn't do it because you'd think, he's my warlord, I want him in combat. He's going to walk up to somebody and send them to destination fucked.
Yeah.
And that is, you arm him with, a relic blade, thunder hammer, power fist, whatever, or a special signature close combat weapon. You don't arm them with a gun.
No. I mean, some of them as well are very situational when it comes to relics. Not relics, but stratagems. So going back to the stratagems. I suppose the only ones I really use is Auspex Gun.
So that's
Wisdom of
all
the
right.
Ancients, which is alright when you've got a dread in the middle of a bubble. Where it turns him into a captain effectively.
Yeah, they're all right. But it's things like there's 1-foot Thunderfire cannon. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, yeah, fair enough. Thunderfire cannon's all right. It's a nice unit, but again, if you're playing a support army like Gillies, you might have a Thunderfire cannon. If you play a close combat army, you're probably not going to do that.
No. No, you're not going to be looking at taking those type of things, are you?
No.
It just doesn't seem.
Turning your
It's as if the other codexes have come out and they've kind of gone, oh, this would be a really good idea, oh, this would be a really good idea, but they've not really concentrated on what would be a really good idea for Space Marine.
I don't think it's that. I think because it came out as the first codex, this was like the original benchmark. You know, like I said, the data sheets are fine. There's nothing wrong with them apart from, for me, tactical marines. Tactical marines are lacking.
Yeah.
And close combat units.
But again, that could be a way of trying to make you buy Primaris.
Could be, but it's not. They're not fantastic at close combat.
No. No, the whole army's not even. I mean, them that you used the other day, the Interceptors, the jump out ones, the Primaris jump out.
Inceptors, yeah.
Yeah. Their bolters are brilliant.
Yeah,
I don't even understand why anyone would actually take the plasma version of those, because there's no point.
The plasma version's nice, but it's D3 shots.
Yeah.
Rather than it being a straight 3,
Yeah.
it's D3, and it's twice as expensive as the assault pistol.
Whereas the assault bolter, just for sheer weight of fire, you can mess things up.
Yeah.
And it's 18-inch range. I thought it was 12, and they're not. They're 18.
No,
They've got a really good range.
They are brilliant. For everything, well, for everything.
Yeah.
Strength 5, -1 damage.
Yeah, strength 5 -1 damage. It's like heavy bolters.
Yeah.
It's like having 6 heavy bolter shots per guy, and the minimum's 3. And you had 2 squads the other day, and you just decimated. So you don't get me wrong, I managed to kill them and bring them down, but or one of the squads.
But that's how I use them.
Yeah.
I use them as a unit that will deep strike, shoot something. If they die, they die. If they get a second turn, that's a bonus.
Yeah.
But like you said, with the weight of fighter, I bring them down to do a good turn of damage. I thought you were either going to waste 2 command points on that unit, or you're going to roll the dice and lose more men.
Yeah.
You wasted 2 command points.
Yeah.
Because the second turn I shot them again and you've got no left.
Yeah, I know. That whole unit of 20, that just didn't last.
But again, it's not combat.
No.
They have a bonus for combat. If you charge them, if they charge you, and they get to within 1 inch on a dice roll of a 6, you suffer a mortal wound. It's like that's a good close combat attack.
Yeah.
But they're not a close combat unit.
No, which I don't understand, because it's like, that's alright, but there's actually a similar ability with striking scorpions. You know, with the scorpions, sort of like the scorpion bite thing that they have on the face, that's every single fight phase.
Yeah, whereas that's only if they charge.
Yeah.
If they were being charged,
You don't get it.
it'd be alright. Because it means that it's not a close combat unit that's got like, it's not a deterrent, but it's something that can help them in
They're
combat.
not even a close combat unit, though, have they?
No.
Because,
That's what
I mean, they've only got 2 attacks apiece, 3 attacks on the sergeant, no additional attacks. We've got no weight of minus, it's just strength 4, which is the basic strength, and it's 3s to hit. They're not cracking.
The aggressors are nice,
Yeah.
but they are slow.
They're movement 4, aren't they?
Yeah. They are really slow.
I mean, Centurion assault unit is nice. We have a power fist, but again, it's getting up there. Whereas if you bought a box, which costs you about 50 quid for 3 Centurions, I think it might be more actually, you're not going to make the close combat ones.
No.
You're going to make the long range Devastators, because they're amazing.
Range.
In fact, actually, that's the only unit I'm really impressed by, and think is a little bit overpowered in the Space Marine Codex, is the Centurion Devastators.
The rules for them are fantastic, but as I've done before, if you play them against me, I'll replace them with a spray can.
Yeah,
They are awful.
They do
The
look awful.
models are awful.
It's a Space Marine inside a Space Marine. I might include a link to that if it's still there.
Oh, it's
yeah.
still there.
Yeah,
It's still there.
it literally is when they say it's a Space Marine inside a Space Marine. It just doesn't look right.
They're awful models, but the rules for them are brilliant.
Yeah.
Same with the Repulsor and the Redemptor Dreadnought.
Yeah.
For the firepower that they can put out, brilliant.
You see, I prefer Venerables. Dreadnought wise, I actually think I don't see point in standard Dreadnoughts, but I'll do like a Venerable Dreadnought.
I like the standard ones because they're cheaper.
Not by a lot though.
No, but them extra points can help.
But it's the same points cost for the twin las cannon on a standard dread, which is freeze to hit, as an example, if you move force to hit, as it is on the Venerable Dreadnought, which is if you move it's freeze to hit, and if you stand still it's twos to hit.
True, but for me, if I were packing a Dreadnought with a las cannon, I wouldn't be moving it anyway. You'd have rockets and a las cannon and it stood still.
Yeah, you'd more than likely have an assault cannon if you've got an assault
I'd
cannon.
have a dedicated one.
Yeah.
So if, like you said, if it were close combat, he'd probably have an assault cannon and a fist.
Oh yeah, always. I mean,
It
you've got
won't
4
be-
attacks as well on them.
I don't know.
The Venerable ones is 4 attacks needing 2s to hit.
It's twos on everything though, isn't it? For
A
Venerable.
lot of the veterans.
I do like Venerable Dreads. But for me, the firepower that a Redemptor Dreadnought and a Repulsor tank can put out is obscene. But again, they look horrible.
Yeah, they do. That
look
Redemptor
horrible.
Dread is awful. It looks like a pregnant Dreadnought. It does. It's like a Dreadnought but pregnant.
You could, for me, I don't like any of the Primaris vehicles.
No,
The Forge World Super Heavy Tank.
it's terrible. It's awful.
Yeah, it looks like a Sickeron
awful.
tank has backed up into a Spartan.
It does. Plus another couple on sides.
No, it's not even that. It literally looks as if, like, my nan were driving the Sickeron, my granddad were driving the Spartan, and she just drove into it.
Yeah. And then it's the same with Repulsor. Repulsor looks like a Land Raider. Land Speed has gone into the back of the front end of a Land Raider.
They're just awful tanks. It's like,
yeah.
it's like let's have an idea about these new tanks. And it's like, rather than coming up with a new idea, a new tank, it's like they just go, and it's like mushed them together, and it's like, come out with that.
I just had a thought pineapple pen.
It's like they are awful.
Yeah.
They are awful. But the rules wise, they're brilliant.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they're really good rules wise, and they can actually transport Primaris Marines, which is a big problem.
Yeah.
Apart from that Primaris Rhino, which doesn't seem to have a figure for this moment in time. But are you allowed to use a standard Rhino as a Primaris Rhino?
No, because what you need to do is you need to get the Rhino and you need to mush it together with a Custodes grav tank. And whatever monstrosity comes out, that's your Rhino.
Kit bash.
Yeah.
Kit bash
You can't use a Rhino, that you know, it's got to be grav.
Oh, right.
And it's got to look, you know, like it's been coughed up by a cat.
Yeah, Primaris Rhino, I'm sure there's no real stat difference between that and a standard Rhino either. So it makes me wonder if you're allowed to just use your standard Rhinos as a Primaris Rhino, so you can stick some Primaris Marines in there.
No, it's cheating. It's not a model, you can't use it.
In fact, I don't even think... No, Primaris Rhino does not seem to be in the actual codex. It must be in the index. It must be an index thing.
See, that's another thing. Units that's not in there, that's in the index.
Yeah.
There's so many characters on bikes that are not in that book.
No, we're not.
It's like, right, I'm gonna have a medic on a bike, run around picking all my men up. No. I'll have a chaplain on a bike so he can speed up quick.
Yeah.
And give benefits to close combat. No. Unless you give him a jump back, that's not happening. No. Right, that's gone out the window. Right, what about then if I have an honour guard and a chapter master on a bike? No, can't do that. So many units Tyrannic War Veterans, they're not in.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
Imperial Space Marine, he's not in.
No, it's all in the index, isn't it? So it's like you've got to have the index book and this book just to be. There we go. Just to be able to play with all your Marines and all your toys. Right. Well, I'll be honest. I think I'm going to leave it there and let the internet have an argument about whether or not the Space Marines have been. I mean, everything seems to be balanced in the new game anyway. It's just certain units just seem to be terrible.
It is not the worst codex by far. I think it's competitive.
Yeah.
It's not the best codex in terms of stratagems and stuff like that, but it's enjoyable to play. The games are fun. It's not like one-sided. There's not overpowered units or underpowered units. It's the codex is fine. Combat-wise, it's lacking.
Yeah.
And stratagems and relics, I just think are poor. I just think compared to some of the new stratagems and relics that's come out for new codexes, these were the original benchmark and they've not been updated.
No.
When you have units like Tyranids can shoot again. They are crap at shooting, but they have a stratagem that allows them to shoot a unit to shoot again.
Yeah, I don't understand why that.
And they haven't got one.
No, like a tactical marine ability to be able to fire your bolters twice.
Nids are awesome in combat, or some units are awesome in combat. They have a stratagem so they can fight again. They have nothing.
Yeah.
Unless they die, which is then useless. So, you compare some of those stratagems to these guys, and they're not in the same league.
Even Mechanicus ones, when we played that game at Mechanicus ones, some of them Mechanicus ones, like Wrath of Mars, that would be something you could use for tactical marines. Just Wrath of the Imperium.
Yeah.
Just have it where as if you strike a 6 with a bolt, it causes a mortal wound.
Simple things, simple stuff, like Fury at Legion. Fire twice. You fire twice, but you can't fire again the next turn.
Yeah.
A simple stratagem for 1 point.
Even have that as a rule.
Well, yeah, you could do that as a rule, but just little tiny things like that.
Yeah.
Not necessarily crossing game systems, so they're the same game system, but if you did it as a stratagem, it's an incentive to turn around and go, right, I'm not going to need to shoot that unit next turn.
No.
So I'll use this stratagem so I can definitely get more odds this time.
Yeah.
And it's things like that this codex doesn't have. Like I said, it's first codex, it what benchmark, and they've obviously got better with each codex stratagems as they've been released.
Yeah, because the indexes were out in June, and this came out in July.
Yeah. And
so
then,
literally like 1 month after.
Yeah. So, like I said, no problems with codex units, with data sheets, but those 3 areas for combat units, stratagems and relics are the big...
Tactical marines.
Well, that's just me. I think that's just me personally.
I don't think it's you personally. I literally do think tactical marines are lacking.
For me...
There's nothing special
like
about
I said, when I first started, I started in 4th edition. And for me, Space Marine tactical squads were the backbone of a Marine army.
Yeah.
They were versatile. They had the heavy weapon to deal with tanks. They had the special weapon to deal with certain units.
Yeah.
They've got decent attacks. They've got decent leadership. And now you get to this edition, and it's like, well, we're going to backhand them because we want these Primaris Space Marines. And yeah, they look nice. The true scale for what a normal Marine should look like. They look nice models, but I prefer normal Marines.
Yeah. I do. I like normal Marines. They've got a special place in my heart. You know what I mean? I even got the RTB01 because I'm that old.
See, I'm not old.
No, I know. I got RTB01, so I've got a special place for my beakies, which is where all my stern guard units from.
I know you like your beaky helmets.
Your old beaky helmets.
But it's like I love Mark IV armour.
Yeah.
I really like Mark IV armour. It looks brilliant. And I like the Heresy series.
Yeah.
Everything about the Heresy series, I like it.
Yeah, all the figures were good.
Like you pointed out in our last game, they are going to be built up and painted as Lunar Wolves, but I'm using the White Scars tactic because that is something how Lunar Wolves fought. It's a close combat army.
Yeah, in which Black Templar's stratagem of I can reroll my charges doesn't really seem to work, because the armies are not that great in combat anyway.
But that's it. The White Scars want to be able to fall back and another unit shoot. It's going to make my army a little bit more competitive.
Yeah.
Plus the army's going to be white.
Yeah, the army's going to be white, and then hopefully easy to paint.
I doubt that.
Yeah.
But
it'll get there. It'll get there eventually. It'll all be nicely painted eventually.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we'll leave it on that note there. Like you say, it's a good codex. Just it needs updating. Which I think if a new one.
I think they just need to release an errata or an amendment just for stratagems and relics.
Yeah.
Unless you play, Workshop's way, those stratagems are no good for you.
Yeah.
And those relics are no good for you. For me personally, that's how it is. I can't, you play Marines, Gilly plays Marines, you reel off what, out of 3 pages of stratagems, you reel off what stratagems you use. And I can tell you now, ones I've used is Auspex Scan.
Yeah, we've all used that before to try and take out a unit and come up, yeah.
Reroll your command, reroll dice.
Yeah, your standard ones.
If I really need to, which I've never used it, but I'd probably use the 2 command points to pass morale.
Yeah.
Interrupt.
Yeah, in the
for counter attack.
Which all 3 of them, like you just mentioned,
they're all standard
ones.
I've never used it, but I can see the benefits if my captain dies in combat and getting an extra.
I even used a bombardment, which is 3 command points, and it did nothing.
See, I was going to say I can't see it being worth it.
No, because it's the force. It's like you put a counter down when everyone gets hit, but when it's forced to hit that unit or 5 to hit a character, it's very very like, is it going to do anything?
But I suppose a bombardment. When we played Planet Strike missions in 6th edition.
We played it in all editions, didn't we? 4th, 5th, 6th.
But it was one of those where Firestorm were like a bombardment.
Yeah, it was.
And because it always scattered, there were no, that made it that 50% chance of, if it's going to hit, if it's not going to hit, and then is it going to do damage? So it's kind of stayed in line with that, but for 3 command points, that's a big cost for something that's, and not. There's a good chance it's not going to do anything. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, it is a lot of command points, and like you say, it is very. Maybe on Gilly's little block, but
you might have a fantastic run and get roll 4s out your ass, or then again you might not roll any, but that's part of the game.
Yeah.
But like I said, you have a massive gun line like Gilly's, and that'd be brilliant. You only need to roll 4s to wound, and then that's it. You're going to hit summit.
Yeah. But again, it's rolling the force. I think I used it in the Ranger's gun line, and I hit 1 unit out of like 5. That might be dice rolls, but still 50-50. Even if it's 5 units there on average, you're only going to hit 2 to 3. And then what, you're going to cause 6 more wounds in total, spread them out?
Probably, yeah.
On average. So it's not really worth it. It's not really worth it to be able to take out. And back again, that's situational. So if somebody ain't got that, and it's only like 1 or 2 units near each other, it's not worth the command points to fire it.
No.
It really isn't. And especially if we've got like big blob squads. Because it's not like a blast template that could, I've got a big blob squad, well that's a huge template, so I'm going to get lots and lots of figures. If you've got a unit of 20 termagants and 20 ormagants.
See, I think I do kind of miss blast templates. A little bit.
Yeah.
I think they've like missed a trick on blast template. For me, small blasts are D3, which they've done.
Yeah.
But your big blast should be D3 plus 3.
Yeah. There's a particular thing missing from the big blast.
You turn around and right, big blast. I'm gonna put it smack on that guard squad's head. Normal like 2+ to hit weapon skill, ballistic skill 5. So it's like I'm gonna kill some guardsmen here.
Yeah.
And it's like, right, D6 shots now, 2. Oh, right. It's a massive kicking Alex, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
for me, the D3 + 3 would have meant that's alright. That I can
I think
guarantee
maybe
4 shots.
Maybe it should be D3, and then if it's against infantry, D3 + 3, and then if it's against tanks, it should just be like a D6.
I think that's complicating it too much.
A little bit.
They've simplified They've simplified 8th edition to a point where it's really quick, it's smooth, runs really nice. Just changing that one aspect from a D6, which can go really high and really low.
Yeah.
Or even just 2 D3s.
Or even doing it as a D6 with a minimum of 3 against infantry.
I still think it's complicating it. just going from one side. Oh, you get this against infantry, you get this against tanks. It's adding another factor to it that you don't really want to be thinking about.
But there's weapons that do that where it's D6 damage minimum of 3, so I think that will be something that could include.
No, it could do. Big
blasts, just rather than it being a D6, it's a D6 but against infantry.
Yeah.
It's a minimum of 3. So if you fire a couple of battle cannons as an example, you're not just getting, because that can be really detrimental. I know we're on Space Marine Codex, but the Imperial Guard can be quite detrimental with battle cannons. Because it's like, I'm going to fire, I've got 2 shots, and I need 4s to hit.
That's what I mean.
It's very, very,
It's either extremely high or extremely low end at scale. There's no like, if you did D3 + 3 or 2 D3s, that you guarantee 2 to 6 rather than it being 1 to 6. Just 2 D3s makes them odds even slightly better.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Like I said, we're not the Marine Codex, but Tyran effects. What a waste of money that was. Biggest waste of money I've spent on Mid Army. It's like, it's a 8 buff here. 6 shots now, strength 10, -3, D6 damage. And he's forced to hit on them all. Scumbag. And there's no way you can +1 to it or up like that. Then you've got Exocrine. He is awesome. I'm going to stand him still. Alright, what benefits does he get now then? Well, I can fire twice and I'm going to get +1 to hit.
Yeah.
And what's he firing? Well, he's basically firing about 6 plasma cannons. So it's like... That's right investment for a Nid Army as a support unit.
Yeah.
Then Tyran effects, which you think, that's going to do some damage to a tank, that's like... I'm going to scratch me to your page off.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Right, well, we'll do this again. We'll have another convoluted discussion regarding a particular unit. But so basically, we're saying that the Codex is fine. We just need to change relics, change stratagems, and we need better tactical marines.
Like I say, I think tactical marines might just be me, but
I'm the same. I won't even buy any. Because I didn't have any from last edition, because I was slowly building it up.
Stratagems and relics definitely need an update.
Yeah.
There's just, they can't compete with other stratagems and relics of new codexes.
Yeah, other armies are far better. Other armies are far better than that.
Again, might be me personally, but combat units, I like the combat. I like the combat armies. I love the combat system the entire game. I'm bored of shooting. I
like a balanced army. Which you can't really do.
And you can't have a combat unit in there.
No.
You turn around, Vanguard veterans, they're close combat. Yeah, they are close combat, but they're not as good as what they used to be.
No. And they're not an intervention.
I'll tell you what, I'll give them all chainswords so everybody gets a save against me.
Yeah, so you're pretty good against guard units and Tyranids maybe.
Yeah,
but you're terrible against against Chaos Marine.
You come up, it's like, right, I'm going to send my Vanguard veterans into Banshees.
Yeah.
And it's like, unless I'm going first, then Marines are dead.
Yeah. Especially with some psychic powers that you can add to bump Banshees up and stuff.
If you just strip psychic powers out, you just do unit to unit. You've got Banshees, that's all packing power weapons.
Yeah.
And then you've got Vanguard veterans, one of the best combat units that Marines have. You put them in at each other, unless Marines hit you first to whittle your numbers down, Yeah, you need 5s to wound, but you wound, I'm getting a 6 up save.
Yeah, yeah. And it's 50-50 if your elder's going to die because it's 4+ save on those guys.
Yeah.
And it's -1 to hit against banshees as well if X-Shark's alive.
Is it?
Yeah.
So I see even more reason.
Washout.
You know.
So.
1v1, a full units each, they went into each other. Unless Marines get to go first to whittle your numbers down, I bet you them Marines are dying.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
want one attack
right
each, and how many banshees got? 2?
2 attacks basic, yeah, so there's no additional attacks, but it's 2 attacks, and it needs 3s to hit.
So 3s and 5s,
threes
whereas
and
Marines would need 3s and 3s.
They need 3s and 3s, but if the X-Shark's still alive, they need 4s and 3s.
So for me, it's like...
And I don't think 10 banshees even cross that 200 point marker.
All I'm going to say now is the pinnacle of Imperium is not good enough.
Yeah. No, we're not. They're terrible. Right, we're going to leave it on that. The pinnacle of Imperium is not good enough. That's a good thing to end on that there. Quick. Cheers, thanks for that.